Welcome to our penne pasta with mushroom, spinach, and sweet onions, tossed around with delicious Alfredo. You're also going to have a mini baguette with roasted garlic butter, as well as an arugula salad. So we're going to start this meal by prepping the garlic bread. The garlic bread is on a sheet pan that's been lined with parchment. And basically, you're going to want to take a serrated knife and cut down through the bread. Not all the way down, because it's kind of like we're going to make an accordion out of this garlic bread. It's something that you can serve whole and tear apart at mealtime. So you're going to slice all the way down the end of the mini baguette with your serrated knife. This beautiful accordion cut. And in your bundle, you're going to find some delicious sweet roasted garlic. And then we're going to open up each crease and put a piece of garlic down there with a little bit of extra olive oil that's flavored with the garlic as well. Your oven should be preheated at 350 degrees. This can definitely be prepped ahead and then baked at mealtime. If you prep it ahead, it can sit out in room temperature for, I'd say, a couple of hours, or in the refrigerator, either way. I will say, if you're going to let it sit out room temperature, you may want to cover it with a cloth or a little plastic wrap just so it does not dry out. And then we're going to top off with a little bit more olive oil down our garlic bread and place that into our preheated oven at 350 degrees. So now we're going to start with the arugula salad. You're going to place your arugula salad in your bowl and season with just a touch of salt. Then you're going to add your sliced roasted red peppers to the bowl, and make sure to shake your dressing up and just use the amount that you like. You may have extra dressing, but that's okay because it can be put into the refrigerator for at least like 7 to 8 days and be just fine. Then we're going to add our toasted nuts. The walnuts have been toasted. Our theory is a little bit of toasting the nuts causes the oils to come out, and they taste a whole lot better and a lot more pungent. And then we're going to place your finished salad into the bowl. I would suggest doing your salad last minute because arugula is such a delicate green that it will wilt pretty quickly. And also, as far as leftovers go, if you're only planning to have a serving for one, or if you've got 4 people in your home and you're only going to do 2, maybe just make enough for the moment, because that salad, like I said, over time will wilt quite a bit. Okay, now for the pan sauce. You're going to add the olive oil and let that come up to a nice heat before adding your mushrooms. It's really important when adding the mushrooms that you do see a slight sizzle, because that's just going to brown them off and give them a lot more flavor than if they hit a cold pan. So when making a pan sauce, it is something that you kind of have to babysit. It should not take any longer than 10 minutes. However, it's something you want to watch because it can quickly burn. So I'm going to season the mushrooms with just a touch of salt. You kind of season as you go as well. Each ingredient you add, you may want to add just a pinch of salt. Or if you're sensitive to salt, you can just leave it until the very end. So we're going to toss those mushrooms around, keeping them in an even layer so they cook evenly. I like to use tongs just for that reason, so I can kind of maneuver the food the way I like it. If you prefer a wooden spoon, go for it. Because it's also one of those things with tongs, you can scrape the bottom of your pan, and you kind of have to be careful with that. So now we're going to add our sweet onions that have partially been sauteed for you. So feel free to add a touch more olive oil if need be. Sometimes the mushrooms can soak in all the oil and then you end up with a dry pan, which can result in burning. So just keep that pan nice and lubricated with a little bit of olive oil if needed. Okay, so once your mushrooms are nice and tender, you're going to add your pasta to the pan. We're going to add the Alfredo. If you would like, you can put just a touch of water in this Alfredo jar, shake it around a little bit and add that, but not too much water because you do not want to thin this out. And again, we're going to put a little bit more salt. And now it's really cooking. You notice the bubbles happening. We're going to add the spinach. If you start to feel like you've lost control of your pan sauce because of the bubbling, please turn your heat down to medium. It's no big deal. And then you're just going to fold that spinach in and just let the heat from the sauce and the pasta cook that spinach just a little bit. It's nice to kind of have some of the leaves not completely wilted in your final product. So once you notice that it's heated through and your spinach is cooked down just a bit. So if you're hoping for all this to come out at the same time, I'd say when you add your penne pasta and your Alfredo, go ahead and pop that garlic bread in the oven at that point. And the garlic bread at 350 takes between 7 and 8 minutes. It's not very long. Garnish with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. So here's your finished product. It's that beautiful penne pasta with mushroom, spinach, and sweet onions with Alfredo sauce, with a crispy mini baguette with roasted garlic and olive oil, along with your arugula salad, boasting that beautiful red color and toasted walnuts. All the textures, all the flavor. We hope you enjoy.